Hello 8th standard children. Today I want to study geography in that first chapter, the earth, our living planet children. In this chapter you will be learning about names of the earth, the size of the earth and the distributions of the water on it, continents and the oceans of the world, latitudes, longitudes, time, local time, standard time and international day line, oceans and continents of the world map. We are living on the earth. It is the third planet from the sun. The earth is a home for all forms of life, plants, animals and human beings. Because of its suitable distance from the sun, range of the temperature, life supporting gases, atmosphere, water cycle, etc. Our earth is called by many names, children. Some of them living planet, Ncret planet, water planet and a blue planet. The size of the earth. The earth is the fifth largest planet in the sun's family. 4 times greater than the moon. 107 times less than of the sun, children. Geographically, area of the earth is 510 million square kilometers. 361 million square kilometers. 70.78% is covered with water, water only, and 149 million square kilometers. It means 29.22% is covered by land. Thus, the earth has unequal distributions of land and water. The ratio between the land and the water bodies is 1:43. The earth's shape is often described as a geode, which literally means, children, here earth shape or oblique specular. The equatorial diameter of the earth is 12,756 kilometers and the polar diameter is 12,714 kilometers. Equatorial circumference is 40,076 kilometers and the polar circumference is 40,008 kilometers. The land bodies of the earth are known as continents. So, there are 7 continents, namely Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe and Australia. The continents are land masses of the last size, children. Asia is the largest continent in the world only, while Australia is the smallest continent in the world. The large water bodies of the earth are called as water oceans. There are 4 major oceans. They are the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean and the Arctic Ocean. Here, the Pacific is the largest and the deepest ocean while the Arctic is the smallest and the slowest ocean. The land and the water bodies are unequally distributed between the northern and the southern hemisphere. The northern hemisphere has 60% of land and 40% of the water. Therefore, it is called as the land hemisphere. On the other hand, there is 81% of water and 19% of the water in the southern hemisphere. So, it is called as the water hemisphere. Now, we will be studying about the latitudes and the longitudes. The earth is spherical in shape. Therefore, it is difficult to locate the places, the directions and they calculate the distance between the places. In order to understand the relationship between the different places on the earth, their exact location, we have to understand their position, this distance from any fixed point and also their extra direction. The horizontal lines are the lines of the latitudes and the vertical ones are called as what? Lines of the longitudes. These lines intersect each other at the right angles and create a network called as a grid or the critical. Latitudes, children. Latitude is an imaginary line which joins all the places which have the same inaugural distance north or south of the equator. The equator 0 degree is the longest line of the latitude known as the Great Circle. There are 90 degree degree of latitudes on each side of the equator. 90 degree of north and south are the points. Including equator totally there are 181 latitudes including the equator on the globe. The ground distance between the 2 degrees of the latitude is 110.2 kilometers, children. Now about the important latitudes, children. 0 latitude equator or great circle it is called. 22.5 degree north latitude it is called as a Tropic of Cancer. 23.5 degree south latitude or Tropic of Capricorn. 66.5 degree north latitude it is known as the Arctic Circle. 66.5 north latitude is called as the Arctic Circle. 66.5 degree is called as a south latitude and it is called as the Antarctic Circle. 90 degree north is known as the North Pole. 90 degree south is called as a South Pole. Now we will study about the longitudes. The imagining lines that intersect equator at the right angle joining the north and the south are called as the longitudes. The median passes through the Greenwich, England, has been chosen as a prime median. It is marked as 0 longitude. There are 180 of longitudes to the east of the Greenwich and 180 to the west. Thus, there are 360 of the longitudes. The zone between the prime median and 180 east longitude is called as the Eastern Hemisphere. The opposite zone is called as the Western Hemisphere. The distance between the 2 consecutive longitudes decreases gradually with the distance from the equator. This is because the median of the longitude converges at the two poles. On the equator, the distance between the 2 consecutive medians is 111 kilometers. Longitude and the time, children. There is a definite relationship between longitude and the time. The earth is rotating on its axis and completes one rotation in 24 hours. This means 360 longitudes are covered in the period of the 24 hours. This gives a rise to the time differences of the 4 minutes for every 1 degree of the longitudes, 16 minutes or 1 hour for every 15 degrees of the longitudes. 360 into 4 is equals to 1440 and 60 degree to 24 hours. Local time. The time according to the longitude of the place or according to the position of the sun at that place is known as a local time. The sun is shining vertically over the longitude. It is a noon at that place. All places situated on the same Mediterranean have the same local time. Every longitude has its own local time. Standard time. As the local time variations from place to place, it would create the considerable confusion. If each place were to be followed, it would local time. In order to avoid confusion, many countries followed what are uniform. This uniform time which is followed throughout a country is called as what a standard time of that country. In India, 82.5 degree east longitude is considered as the standard median of the country. It passes through the Allahabad of Uttar Pradesh. The time based on this Mediterranean is called as the Indian Standard Time. It is a 5 hours and 30 minutes ahead of the GMT time zone. In certain countries of the world where the longitudinal extent is so large, the whole globe is divided into 24 such time zones so that the time in each zone differs from the other by only 1 hour. Large countries like Russia, USA, Canada and Australia have vast longitudinal extent. Therefore, they have different types of zones. Russia has 11 time zones. USA and Canada have 5 time zones and the Australia has only 3 time zones. International date line, children. The problem of time is countries of the whole world was solved first by the standard time and then by the zonal time. This line is supposed to pass from where? From the Pacific Ocean along the 180 Mediterranean, but makes a short detours in order to avoid land masses. This is known as the international date line because the date and day is changed whenever people cross this line by the ships or aeroplanes. Any ship crossing this line from West Asia to North America to East takes a day twice, while the ship crossing this line from East North America to Asia to the West stops 1 day. So today you have learned about the latitudes and longitudes and about the timing and all, children. With this I have completed the lesson. Thank you.